Hey guys, it's Elliot here at MMT with Ninja. Here we're going to talk about assessment of the neck, right? What I like to do and what I'm looking for when I'm treating and assessing someone's neck. So we're going to use our model here with Ninja there. This is the neutral position. So neck has a lot of different functions. The first one I like to test is rotation, so how we turn our head. So that's how much this can rotate. Now with all sorts of assessments, what you want to stop at is where the movement stops looking good. Okay, so a good movement is nice and smooth all the way. A not so good one is when it starts to get a bit of a hitch. So if Ninja turns and so he gets a bit stuck there and he starts rotating through his shoulder like that, that's already a cheat. So that's sort of where we don't want him to push through. We want him to stop at that first point where it starts to not look so smooth. Okay, so from Ninja's point of view, as he turns his head, so imagine we're going for full range here. So we're going for full range there. Ninja should be able to see the back of his own shoulder. Can you see that there? Yeah. Yep, so if the client can see the back of his own shoulder there, that's already a good sign. If you come around here, Leo, let's look at it from the back there. So start at the middle there. As Ninja turns his head, we should be able to see his nose. So we should clearly see the whole side of his nose like that. If he was to turn his head and we saw only part of his nose or not much of his nose there, that's already a sign that that side's blocked.
What happens if you've got a big nose?
Well, we're going to see more of the nose. Another thing we can look for is the creases of the neck there. So again, looking here, so turn to that left again. We want to see those multiple creases there. So that shows there's some nice loose movement through there. If there's some sort of jamming there, you might see that the skin doesn't look as creased.
It's not just because I'm old, mate.
Wrinkles.
Wrinkly neck.
Okay, so that's rotation. Okay, another simple one that we can assess is flexion, which is chin to chest. So are you able to touch your chin to your chest?
Yeah.
Cool. Do you feel any tightness when you're there?
No, that feels good.
Can you grab your head and even pull it further into your chest? Yeah. Yeah, so that's really good function. Is that okay? Is that comfortable there?
Feels good.
Yeah, so you should feel like a gentle stretch there. If there's a dysfunction or some issues there, they might feel like super tight, even going down to their back. If someone has just coming back to neutral, if someone has a dysfunctional neck there and they go into flexion, they might stop there and there might be a bit of a gap. So that's what you could measure. You could say, oh, I can only fit 3 fingers between their chin to their chest. And then when you do your treatment and do your reassessment, you want to see, does that gap get closed? Right, so if the client is able to get all the way down, touch their chin to their chest there without too much tension anywhere else, and they can do some overpressure like that, that's a well-functioning neck. Okay, and then the opposite to that is extension. So that's when we get to look up and going back. How are we feeling there, Ninj?
Good.
Any tightness or pinching?
Just going to stretch out the throat.
Stretch of the throat there. So notice that's where the sensation is coming from. That's on the opening side. This is the closing side. That's the opening side. So we come back to the middle there. If the person had a dysfunctional neck, as they come up into that position, they might feel a pinch in the back. Okay, so quick rule that I like to run across the whole body is that when we move into a position, the side that opens is the side we want to feel something, like a stretch. The side that closes, we don't want to feel anything there. So it should just feel like we can move comfortably into that position. So if Ninja was going up through there, the side that's closing, which is this side here, if he said that he felt some sort of pressure building up or pinching building up there, that's already a sign that some sort of dysfunction is there. Okay, so him saying that the front is where he's feeling stretch is good. Okay, so we've done rotation, we've done flexion and extension. Now the last one's for the neck is lateral flexion. So that's tilting to the side there. Okay, so that's where we can see, and it differs from person to person because of different shapes there, but we want to see kind of close to a 45-degree angle of the head there. You don't have to be bang on, you just want to see a nice smooth motion. What do you feel there, Ninj?
Just stretch through here. A little bit in that bit.
Mm-hmm. So again, opening side here, that's where he's feeling something. This is the closing side, he's not feeling anything there. That's already a good sign. And you can look for things like muscles sticking out, and that could show things like over time how things might have been shortened. So you can observe for things like that. But everyone has their little individual characteristics. Going the opposite direction. So we test both sides and we want to see how even things are as well. Always making sure that the head's moving down to the shoulder, not the shoulder coming up to the head. Okay, so some people might cheat by hitching their shoulder up. And again, feeling that stretch on that side there, Ninj?
Yep.
Excellent. So pretty good functioning neck we can see here. Got a lot of good movements there that I'm happy with. When you're doing your assessment there, just look for what might stand out to be a bit abnormal, what might be stuck. Okay, and then when you've done your treatment, make sure you reassess. Okay, look for, has that changed? Has that motion gone further, more easily, and looking a bit more like a normal neck? So yeah, go off and give that a go. That's the neck. So we saw the basic movements of the neck there. Now we can look at combined movements where the person might be improving, but they're still feeling a bit of a niggle there, and we want to bring it out. So we might have to go into some very specific ranges. So a good one is combining flexion with lateral flexion and rotation. So that's like, I'd say to the client, bring your chin down to your left there. Okay, so again, we want to be able to see that chin come down close to the chest or close to the torso there. And we want to see that this is the opening side there. So if they do feel anything, it's like a stretch down through here. Where are you feeling it?
Yeah, just a bit of stretch, not too much.
Not too much there, just back of the neck?
Yeah.
Yeah, great, so that's pretty good there. Some people might feel that to be really locked up or even further into the upper back because of the long muscles that run up. Come back to the middle, please. And then of course, it'll be the same the other way. So going forward and down, and we want to see if that's like relatively similar as well. So if they have a dysfunction on one side, they just might go even a quarter of the way and go, yep, I'm stuck there now. Okay, and that's the test that we want to improve. Another combined movement we can have is extension and lateral flexion. So that's like going back into one spot like that.
Oh, yeah.
And what are we getting there?
I feel that, yeah.
A bit of closing back here? Or?
Yeah, he's tight.
Yeah, so he's feeling tightness on this side here. Any stretching sensations?
A bit, yeah, a little bit.
Yep, so make sure we're just extending back there. So just going up like that. Still getting that there?
Yeah.
Yep, okay, so that's something I'd note down and see if it's can be changed. What about going back into the right here?
It feels a bit uncoordinated as well. Yeah. Good.
Yeah, are you feeling any pinching or closing back here?
No, not really.
Any stretching at the front?
Not too bad.
Not too bad, just a bit funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, coming back there as well. Yeah, so just take it easy when you're going with the client like that. Whatever resistance they have, don't make sure they're not trying to jam their way through it because you can actually like stiffen your body up a bit more. Another thing we can add as well is when we're looking at that extension movement, some people might just do a collapse down, like dropping down like that, and they might feel that pinch there. So another thing you can, if you want to hunt a bit more specific controlled motion, is asking the client to look up, pushing their chin up towards the sky. And so we're getting more of that lengthening through the front there. So it's not such a drop back like that and pinching the back of the neck there, it's actually trying to lengthen the front. Okay, so the opening side is what's lengthening there. If I go forward, lengthening here. If I go backwards, lengthening here. Okay, and those are the special tests of the neck there.